down here at the Spur where we put in our 6x20 tough shed for long-term storage, and then we have this other container we put in. There's a video link down below when we put these in. This container here is the one we store the UTV and ATV in, and all of our spare lumber and a lot of chemicals and stuff and paints, and it's kind of away from the main structures. But down here there's no power, obviously, so we're actually putting a small solar system in here, about 1200 watts, and there's a battery system, and all the chargers and inverters are in this building. We'll wire it across to this one, and then both these buildings will have dehumidifiers in them, especially this one, because if you ever had a container, man, they are condensation kings in the cold season. What I'm doing is I'm actually taking this, I forget what this stuff's called, this electrical bar, taking this, and I'm actually going to build a frame out of it to mount these panels to over here. So it's going to be super simple. I'm going to have, 3 cross members this way, and I'm using this thinner stuff here to go this way, and I'll build one for each pair of panels. There's 4 panels, so each setup I build will hold 2. Then they're actually going to sit up on top of this thing. I will bolt them to the top of the container and seal it, and this container is pointing in a really good direction for, from over here. Oop. We get sun right across here. Now in the winter it'll be really low there, so we'll get a lot of ambient, so we definitely won't get as much power in the winter because of those trees, and someday those trees will be huge, and oh, that'll suck. We'll have to figure that out then, but maybe by then we'll have a better solution. This will get us through the next handful of years. So here I'm going to drop a 4-foot grounding rod in to run up to this system and also to ground this container. I'm actually using this hammer driver from AVT. It was actually not too expensive, got it off Amazon, but I've used it several times now to drive grounding rods. It'll drive fence posts and everything. You just put different bits in it. This one specifically, I don't remember, inch or something. I just had that one, so I use it, and it works great. So it drives these grounding rods in really nice. I'll probably get the wire attached to it and drive it in a little further so it's all sticking up. So I got the basic frame built. One of the things I did find these cool, like these just bolt on, and then this is a angle bracket, so it can angle, so as I can raise the backside up to the right angle, and then lock this nut down, and should stay right there, so I don't have to have some weird mount. This will just go through I'll put a bolt through here into the container, and then we'll seal it all with sealant, and then put a nut on the other side, nut and washer on the other side. So anyways, these are pretty cool. So I got the frame up here, got these hinged pieces all mounted on there and sealed with roofing caulk. Same over on that one. And on this end, I just put the same bracket on, but reversed, so that when I raise the frame up, that angle will adjust, and I can bolt it to that straight piece right there. I got the extensions cut. We're good to go. So let's see if we can get the angle up, and then we'll try to put some panels on it. That'll hold 2 panels right there, and then there'll be another one right next to it. Whew! That was a lot of hot work. Got the first 2 up there. Had a couple things go not the way I intended them to. A couple of the brackets I had for the center weren't quite right. Didn't quite fit these panels. I wasn't sure when I ordered them, but figured I'll try it. That didn't work, so I had to use different brackets, or actually the edge brackets in the center, which put a bigger gap in. So of course then my cross beams were a little short. So I was able to extend those and bolt them in and kind of readjust things and call 2 of these up. That gets those 2 up here. I have 2 more to put up. They're sitting down there. And I've got different brackets for those. These 200 watt panels I had, there's a video on these from like 3 years ago. We had them hooked to the cargo trailer before we had anything else up here as extra power. And they have some actually really good brackets. They're just mounted onto pallets now because they were mobile. I'm actually going to pull those panels and take those brackets. That way I don't have to custom build one again, and put those 2 right here. That'll be for those other 2 panels. Then I'll have all 4. These are 360 watt panels, I believe, so should be sitting good once I get that done. And then I'll have those spare 200s for whatever I need them for down the road. This is the PV combiner box. This one's from Poly Energy. I've used this in a couple other places. It's really good. It's just 4 input, all parallel. So these panels will all be in parallel, all 4 of them. So they just go straight into this box, and then I'll run the output of this box over to the other building, as well as a grounding wire down to the container, which will be grounded to that grounding rod I put in earlier. So this is all just wire tied on for the moment because I need to get some bolts to go through it into the frame. So I'll grab some of those next time I'm out and bolt that on so they don't need to be wire tied. So this system, again, all Victron. I'm reusing one of my original 24 volt 1200 watt inverters that was on the cabin originally that we replaced with a much larger multi-plus. I have 2 of these, so I brought one down here. We're going to use it here. This was a spare MPPT. It's a 120 that I have. Those panels are in parallel. There's 4 of them, so they'll hit about 80 volts and right around 20 amps. So this little guy should do the trick. And this is the old Blue Smart 24 volt charger that we had on the cabin. Once we put the new big generator in, we didn't need this, but I put it down here, so if I ever have to put the small generator on this building, I can. And then again, we're using the smart shunt. Down here, I have a BMV, I don't remember the model, 7 something. I'll look it up. Just to, keep an eye on things down here when you're down here. Also, this can all connect to the Servo GX and connect to the internet like everything else, but I need to get the Wi-Fi extended down here. So once I get the panels up and the batteries are all able to be charged, then I'll fire up this inverter and we'll have a Wi-Fi mesh come down here, and that'll let me allow a Servo here, so I'll be able to see it remotely as well. We're running, these are 12 volt 200 amp hour Renogy batteries. They're in 2 in series and 3 sets in parallel, so we got 600 amp hours down here, which is quite a bit. We need a lot because we want to be able to run 2 dehumidifiers, one in this building here and one in the container over there during the winter when solar will be low. So that's the plan. Grounding bus, that goes out to the grounding rod I stuck in earlier. And also will connect to the panels and to the container, so everything will be super grounded. So all I got left now is to run wires from the other building over here and hook up the combiner, and we should have solar. But we'll be doing that next time because done for the weekend. Got to clean up now. Hauling all the big boxes of tools and parts and ladders and everything back to the other side of the property where the shop is. That makes life so much easier. You should buy a tractor just for that reason.